Welcome back to JJ Speed Shop. We are back on the 64.5 Mustang. We pulled it back in after we cleaned it up. There was a lot of dirt in it, but it looks pretty good now. We're going to take out all this old suspension down here and put in, Mustang 2 right there. So let's get into it. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2, I'm going to put them both up here at some point in the video. But if you like this type of video, hit that like, subscribe, comment, you know what to do. YouTube stuff. Well, I think I got it down pretty far. I think the only thing left are this bolt and this bolt. The Pitman arm is released, sway bar is, springs out, control arms are disconnected. I believe it's just those 2 bolts. All right, we got freedom. Woo! Now that's weird. Did I ever tell you that a lift is the most beautiful thing in the world? Look at that, no more suspension. Time for Mustang 2.
Well, look at that. We've got her all cut out. Kind of yucky looking, but that's all right. We'll just trim all that out to where you can put the frame pieces, those boxed pieces that you can see kind of how they go. And we'll get it welded in, put this Mustang 2 front in there and handle like a beast. All right, well, I tried to take the steering box loose. Took the 3 bolts out. Pitman arm was already loose. It does not come loose. It seems that these cars, the steering shaft is hooked to the steering box, one piece. They do not come loose. So you have to take the steering wheel loose. By the way, this little booger turns to the left to come off. That's it. No prying, no nothing else. But the shaft will follow the steering column and to the steering box. It's loose and the steering column is loose, but not quite loose enough to get it out of there. So I'm gonna have to drop the steering column completely down so it'll swing out and pull out. What a great idea, Ford. This is good. All right, we got the steering column loose and this kind of wiggles around now, and look at that, it just pulls out in one piece. I can't hold the camera and drop this on the ground, and yeah, it is in one piece. It does not come separate from the steering box like every other car in the United States. Yeah, maybe some other ones. Weird. Thanks, Ford. We have all of the little brackets and stuff taken off of the frame rail, ground clean. The instructions say on the front side of this little front cross member there, measure from the front side all on this frame rail 24.25 inches back. It's kind of hard to do. So I did a thickness test with a little bit of 6-inch dial calipers. It's about 1.8 inches. Gives me about 22.4-ish. Back from the face of that, put a little Sharpie thing on there. And that is where your coil spring goes. So this gets cut out, the frame boxes it in, and you've got this piece over here for the inside, and I'll come around there and we'll look at it a little bit. So a little bit better view. And this piece kind of goes down here and it follows it, and you'll box it Of course, you know, you got to cut that flange off there. Did that with the lightning scissors, a $60 eBay plasma cutter. We'll get her all cleaned up, put into place. We'll get that bad boy, put it on there. I don't know why there's a soul here. Somebody lost their soul. Probably somebody driving a Chevy. So we're going to put that up in place. We'll start welding her together and get this thing on 4 wheels. This is with the spring cutout. As you can see, so you can see I put the bracket laying up there a little bit far away from what you're cutting, maybe a 1/4 inch. Then I put the plasma cutter up against it and just ran it like a fence, and it cut that. Now what we did was we put a little fence on each side, a little piece of metal there, and used the lightning scissors plasma cutter, $60 eBay special, and cut the ends off of it. And then we'll come in here, we'll cut this little half moon out, and it'll be good.
So somebody decided to get real crazy and start working. We were waiting on these hats, but once the hats showed up, we kind of just...
I may have jumped ahead.
We just ran through it. But really, the most important part is he was showing you the half moon. Once the half moon is cut out, the rest is just kind of lining up everything. You had to finagle this corner just a little bit, but most of it, you just kind of line up the plates, box it all in, and then...
Center of the half moon is where the center of the hat and the cross member gets centered too.
And what do you remember what the measurement was?
It was 24.25 from the front of the cross member, which is, how do you do that? So it was like 22.51 from the 22.51 from the back of it.
Okay. And then once you have that measurement, then really you can't screw it up. Once you have it lined up, it should be, well,
I could screw it up.
He can. He's pretty good at that. But this is about our stopping point for this video. It is in there. The hard part's kind of done. Now the rest is just throwing it together, spray bombing it. And that should be, look, fixed. There you go, Nathan. All done. Well, like I said, that's it for this episode of JJ Speed Shop. We also built up the engine and got that ready. So the next video will be breaking in it. Check this thing out. Look how pretty that looks sitting there. Hopefully it fits on our engine run stand. It should. If not, we'll have to use probably the old Fox body headers so they'll clear and all that kind of stuff. But we tried to give you a good runabout on how to install a Mustang 2 in this old 64.5 or 65 Mustang. I think this works from 64 to 1970. Yep. So hit that subscribe button. Next video we're going to break in the cam and then hopefully get this thing running and driving with the T5 and the 8.8. Oh, I forgot to show you that. Look, we have an 8.8 installed. All right, see you later, AMF.